We are live at Jim Gatta Stadium here in Moorhead, Minnesota, as I'm trying to find my little sign that I don't have prepared, which is always a good sign for things to come, Mr. Franco. But
you're doing great.
Jay Stenman here alongside Matthew F1 Franco for Fargo Invaders football tonight. Today, I should say, big matchup. The Minneapolis Warriors, undefeated in league play, come to town to take on your Fargo Invaders. Fargo 4-3 overall this season, 4-2 on the year. One of those two league losses did come against these very same Minneapolis Warriors. What was the score of that game, Matthew? You remember off the top of your head? 33-12?
I don't remember.
I'll just look that up quickly.
You should do that.
I should be more prepared as a broadcaster, but you get what you get. But here we are today, getting ready for this season's kind of home stretch. 3 out of the next 4 games for the Invaders will be held here at Jim Gatta Stadium as of the current season, or current schedule, excuse me. We will be here in 2 weeks. We will be here again against St. Paul in 2 weeks. And next weekend, we will be down in St. Paul, or Minneapolis, St. Paul, as they will take on the Twin Cities SaberCats. A lot on the line here today, Matthew, for the Fargo Invaders, as basically what it comes down to is if the Fargo Invaders can win out, there's still a chance they could host a home playoff game this year, which would be the second weekend in August. Too soon to tell what's going to happen. This is a big game in this whole process, and yes, I was right. 33-12 was the final score down in, where would we? Woodbury High School. So, keys to today's game. If you were to ask me, Matt, I would say last time we played we had, I think, 5 turnovers. Limit turnovers, force some turnovers, control the clock. Kind of just your general terms. I mean, you hear it all the time in football, but that's exactly what they need to do today to try and come out of here with a victory.
Right, because last game, I mean, if it wasn't for the turnovers, the Invaders were in that game.
And they also have to make sure they're solid in that back end of that defense, in the secondary, to make sure that they don't give up the big play. As maybe we want to just show what that's too low. Hold on, I'll point this up. Here we are up in the booth, Mr. Franco and myself.
That's fantastic.
I know, it's the whole little setup we got going now. We want to give a special shout out to our intern for the Fargo Invaders this summer, Caitlin. She is actually doing us a huge favor and running the camera to start, because that was one thing I forgot to pack. Was a cameraman.
She's doing it? I thought that we had
Lenny, I don't know.
Will's daughter. I don't remember.
Oh, I don't know. All I know is we got somebody up there. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I think it's Will's daughter.
And we are set for kickoff here, folks. Obviously, the Warriors won the coin toss and will be deferring, and the Invaders are going to take the ball. It's going to be picked up by Jermaine Armstrong at about the 17-yard line. Going to head down the sideline, pick his way through, and he'll have a nice return out to about the 36-37-yard line, where the Invaders will start first possession here, first quarter.
Be first down and 10
for the Invaders.
At the 37.
There it is. There's my fire network. It's so small. We are coincidentally trying out a little bit of a new system that we seem to have gotten the bugs worked out of this week. And it's kind of, quite honestly, it gives Matthew nothing to do except for talk. So
I have a hard time with that, so I'll just be here.
He's here for moral support. That's all I can say. So 1st and 10 for the Invaders to start this game off. Will Tudman in at quarterback to start things off. Looks like Constant Jackson, John Bonney wide to the left, and Rod Stewart and Nate Soto wide to the right. Brandon Jones in the backfield. Quick pass out to Constant Jackson. Tries to make a man miss, get to the outside. Will turn the corner and pick up.
Complete to Jackson.
Looks like no gain on that play to Constant Jackson.
No gain on the play. Results, 2nd down.
Let's see if we can name off the starting offensive line for the Invaders. Got Lucas Potter at right tackle. Should be Don. Oops, if I flip over the right page. Don Martin at right guard. Your center today, new center today, as Josh Vega is out on a holiday or something, I should say. And we got left side is going to be J.B. Lipscomb and let's see, Nate. Nope. I'll think of his name in a second. 2nd and 10 for the Invaders. Flag on the play.
Looks to be a call false start.
And they're saying a false start on the Invaders. That'll back them up 5. So Kevin Buxton is at left tackle.
Play on the play.
And as we point and discuss as to who was at fault there. Starting at center today at number 69 is Justin Devaney.
Start on the Invaders.
So second and 15
Second down, second and 15
for the Invaders. So not much has changed with the Minneapolis Warriors since we last met them. Obviously, they went down to Kansas City and beat a very good defending national champion Kansas City Bulldogs. So they've really kind of stacked their resume. They took care of business when they hosted the St. Paul Pioneers, and now they travel all the way up here to Fargo. Trips to the right for Will Tudman on second and 15, opening possession. Snap comes back to Tudman. He's got some time. Arm is hit. It's going to be picked off by number 40. He's got some room down the sideline, and he's going to be taken down at the 15-yard line. But the ball comes out and recovered by the Invaders. We'll see. And they're going to say the ball remains. Nate Soto came out of there with the ball.
Intercepted by number 40, Pruitt.
As you can hear our our PA announcer say, that was number 40 is Starlon Pruitt with the interception off the hit arm. And it looks like it is a penalty, the way the Invaders players are reacting on the Warriors.
Do you have instant replay on this machine here?
No, we don't have instant
okay.
replay. Sorry. So they have a penalty on the Warriors. But it's after the interception, so the Warriors will maintain possession, and they will start their first drive today, 1st and 10 at the 30. Not the way the Invaders wanted to start it.
And just like we said, turnovers.
And it was one of those things where it wasn't obviously a bad read or anything like that. Arm got hit as he was attempting to make the pass. Puts that ball just kind of floating up there. 2 defenders in the area, gets it picked off, and the Warriors are in business here early on in the first quarter. With 13:35 on the clock, a little bit of a false start. Greg Stem in motion. Or pass floated, knocked down by Quinn Redmond. Penalty flag on that one. I believe that it was Real Greg Stem on the false start there. Encroachment, neutral zone infraction, etc., etc. I don't know why they didn't blow that play dead, because he got back there so soon. Do not want to have an injury on a play like that.
It looks like they also call it pass interference.
Well, you only got the 5 yards though. So
Yeah.
Do you need the binoculars? You all right?
I mean, he definitely did this. So I mean, that's.
So we got Martez Buchanan, Clyde Bryant, Cornelius Wallow, and Greg Stem along that front line to start things off. Handoff up the middle, nowhere to go that time. He's going to be stopped for a gain of about
3.
I guess we're going to give him 3 on that one.
2nd and 2.
And that was a run by, looked like it was number 20. Oh, excuse me, number 2. So that should be Isaiah Sims
Let's make some noise
to start things off for the Minneapolis Warriors.
2nd and 3.
Linebacking core contains Jermaine Armstrong, Nate Ellingson, and Jameis Neal Jr. Secondary is going to be Vinny Holmes, Quinn Redmond, Jameis Neal III, and number 16 is Travis Williams. That's your starting defense for your Fargo Invaders. So 2nd and short for the Warriors with Javante Johnson, former Invader quarterback, back to pass. Quick pass to his receiver right there. Swing pass is going to get past a couple defenders, enough for the first down inside the 15, down to the 12.
Result of the play is first down.
And that pass results in a first down. I believe it was, what, number 11? I didn't see who caught that. Catch the number on who caught that. So first down now for the Warriors at the 13-yard line. So they are in position to not only be in the red zone, but set up to get a first down inside the 5. So a big stand needed here for the Invaders as they go with 2 backs in the backfield for Johnson. Twin receivers to the right. Gets the snap, handoff up the middle, taken down inside the 10-yard line. That was carried by Blanchard. Trey Blanchard, 5'10" running back. His first carry of the day. Looks like they picked up probably about 5 yards on that play. So 2nd and 5 for the Warriors. I got a second sheet for you.
That Invaders defense on a big Second down.
So second down inside the 10-yard line. Invaders defense put in a tough position to start things off here. One wide receiver left, two to the right. Two backs in the backfield once again. Blanchard and Sims. Looks like I got the Invaders to jump. Jump ball across the middle, overthrown, incomplete.
Johnson's pass incomplete.
But we'll have a neutral zone infraction on the Invaders, I believe. Unless there is no penalty. Nope, there is.
You got it right.
So that should be enough for a first down for the Warriors, since they had enough room to get 5 yards. So first and goal now for the Warriors, threatening to score early here.
Let's hear it for that defense.
So not the way you want to start the game for the Invaders, especially in a big game like this, where if you win out at home, you might be looking at a home playoff game. So three wide receivers set, tight end to the left for the Warriors. Johnson's going to hand this to Sims. He's going to try and barrel his way forward, but he's stopped immediately at the line of scrimmage.
Stopped at the line by your defense.
And Cornelius Wallow was right there on the stop. If you remember last matchup with these Minneapolis Warriors, Cornelius Wallow had a very good game individually that day, Matt. He was all over in that backfield.
I do remember that.
They'll need a performance like that. Last time the Invaders had a big game, granted, Matthew, we were not there for the matchup against the Mindak Titans, 2 weeks ago. The last time I was around the Invaders was down that Pioneers game. It was super, super hot, much better weather today. Same formation for the Warriors, trying to draw the Invaders offside. Johnson takes the snap, hands to Sims, going to try and get to the outside. He's got some room. He's going to cut it back. It'll be stopped just short. And the ball's loose into the end zone, and unfortunately for a touchdown for the Warriors.
Well, the ball is bouncing their way, that's for sure.
So after their opening offensive possession, they get a little bit of luck, but they get in the end zone and get on the board first with a 6-0 lead here in Fargo, Moorhead, Minnesota, home field of the Fargo Invaders. A little confusion there, because we're Fargo, we're playing in Moorhead. Makes perfect sense, right?
Sure.
But it is the Fargo-Moorhead area.
To attempt the extra point.
How are we looking on the actual stream there, Mr. Franco?
I think it looks pretty good.
It's just my iPad that doesn't look very pretty. So extra point attempt coming for the Minneapolis Warriors. John Ostertag, longtime semi-pro kicker, out to attempt this from about the 22. So a 32-yard extra point attempt. The snap is low, gets the set, and the kick is up, end over end, and makes it through.
Kick is good to score.
So nicely done by the holder there to make that happen. So here, with 9:59 remaining in the first quarter, your score, Minneapolis 7, Fargo nothing here on the Fire Network. As I said, we're proud to bring you Fargo Invaders football, part of the Northern Elite Football League, if I can get the words out. I might need a little extra water if I'm going to keep talking at this pace, Matt.
All right.
I know.
Are you saying I should step up?
No, I'm just saying.
No.
I might need some extra water. I see Derek Alexander talking to the referees there, probably about that fumble into the end zone for the touchdown. Not exactly how the Warriors drew it up, but they get in the board and take the early lead. So we're going to need to see this Invaders offense come together here on this second drive and at least have something productive and positive going forward after they had a quick, it wasn't even a 3-and-out really. It was basically 2 plays, I think, technically, and then that interception.
Right.
So Minneapolis undefeated national championship game, and it's going to give the champion of the Northern League Football League a chance to do that. Kick off is going to go out of bounds, so that should be 1st and 10 from, I believe, the 40. If I'm not mistaken, correct?
40 or 45, I think, right?
No, it's either 30, 35 or 40. I want to say it's the 40.
Yeah, he's going to 40.
Yep, so we'll see if Tudman and this offense can get things going. Very talented receiver crew for the Invaders. Rod Stewart a couple games ago had a big game. Obviously, you got John Bonney and Nate Soto, who have put up some big numbers and some touchdowns this year for the Invaders. Obviously, Constant Jackson, the fastest, probably one of the fastest guys in the entire league, out wide to the left. And you've got a fairly new quarterback in Will Tudman, who's got the start last week in Grand Forks, or East Grand Forks, through 4 touchdown passes. The trick is going to be this offensive line. As with a lot of things in semi-pro football, the special teams, stuff like that, the offensive line is always a work in progress. And when you have guys coming and going from your team, you got family events, you've got weddings, you've got all these things going on. It's hard to build chemistry and continuity along that offensive line.
Exactly.
So another false start on the Invaders. That one, I believe, was on J.B. Lipscomb. So back them up 5. So they'll start 1st and 15 on this drive. Brandon Jones in the backfield with Will Tudman. Gets the snap. Has some time. He's got to step up. He's got some room to run. He's going to make a move, and he's going to slide down at the 35.
Gain of 5.
So he gets the 5 back from the penalty, and I guess it was out to the 35. I could have swore when he kicked it out of bounds, it went to the 40. But I guess 35, 40, thereabouts. So 2nd and 10 now after Will Tudman's 5-yard rush there. And I don't know, people that are used to listening to us call games, obviously one thing we'd always like to see is a rushing attack from these Fargo Invaders, but it's been hard, and with kind of the chemistry issues along that offensive line, it's even harder to try and get that consistently a rushing attack going these days. Trips to the right now for Tudman. He's watching the cornerbacks on that side. Got some time. He's going to step up. He's going to run again out to the 40. He's going to stiff arm and slide down. Tackled awkwardly there by Brandon Torrey, number 0.
Results in 3rd and 2.
Obviously, good thing that Will got back up. Kind of bent awkwardly there. But a gain of about 8 on that play. So now we've got 3rd and 2. 3rd and manageable for the Invaders. So obviously, Franco, I'd like to see the possession continue. And if all you can get is quarterback scrambles for yardage, well, then you're going to have to keep taking that until something else opens up. Be concerned with him as a running threat before that passing game opens up. John Bonney singled up on the top of your screen. And we've got, I believe that's got to be on the defense this time. And the referee's going to talk about this one. Each team is saying it's on the other.
You would have thought it was offense if they would have blown the whistle immediately.
Yeah. But when he beat the left tackle that way, you would figure that it was on the defense. And they call it on the offense. So that one was, I will say, even as an Invader broadcaster, that was close. I mean, all I saw was 2 guys moving at the same time. So 3rd and 7 now for the Invaders. So that bit of an unfortunate turn of events there. But still manageable. Trips to the right with Jackson, Stewart, and Soto. And John Bonney up top by himself.
That penalty makes this really one-dimensional at this point.
Tudman takes the snap. Has some time. He's going to have to step up. Throws across the middle and batted down nicely. Looking for Nate Soto across the middle. Torrey breaks that one up, so that'll send out the punting unit for the Invaders. So what looked semi-promising, which is good since it's semi-pro football, brings up 4th down for the Invaders. 4th and 7 at the 38-yard line. So that'll send out the Invaders kicker in Lazante here. So he'll get a chance to punt this one away and try and pin the Warriors defense back, because another thing going back to that first matchup with these two teams is that the Invaders defense was put in some difficult positions trying to start defensive possessions inside their own 20. So try and establish Minneapolis down the field and get them pinned deep. High spiraling punt taken at the 25-yard line by the return man, number 29, as he tries to get to the right. Picks up some blocks, got a wall of blockers there down the sideline. And he's still going down the sideline and finally run out of bounds. And so they're going to... I can hear myself. So that'll set up the Warriors 1st and 10 down to the 20-yard line. So once again, already in the red zone for the Minneapolis Warriors. That was returned by number 29, Josh Murray. Nicely done there. Got that at his own 25. Took it all the way back to the Invaders 20. So 55 55-yard return there on that kick. So that'll set up the Warriors deep in Invaders territory. I see Josh Gatling has made it up from the Twin Cities to the game as he's now on the field on defense. So no, I can hear it. And then there goes down the running back. He's tackled in the backfield. So nice play there by the defense. Tackle for loss. We'll need to see more of that from this Invaders defense. So 2nd and 12 now for the Warriors as they start their second possession of the day. It's kind of a mirror image so far of last game where they are in Invaders territory to start possessions, which does not make things easy on this Invaders defense against the top offense in the Northern Elite Football League. Johnson back to pass, has some time, throws it out to the right. Pass is complete, defender falls down. Receiver makes a move inside the 10, down inside the 5, still fighting. It'll be tackled about the 5-yard line, so that'll be enough for a Warriors first down. So a gain of 15 there, and that'll make it another 1st and goal for the Invaders, or excuse me, for the Warriors. So just a simple pitch and catch there for the Warriors, but able to make a defender miss and then fight off probably 3 other defenders to get inside the 5-yard line. So 3 wide receivers set once again for the Warriors. The man in motion shifts to the other side. That's number 3, Ernest LeMay. So 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left, 2 running backs in the backfield. Johnson's going to hand off to Sims. He's going to try and pick his way through the middle. See Jameis Neal, the second, come flying in, trying to rip that ball out of Sims' hands. That's not an easy task, as Sims is one of the all-time leading rushers in the Northern Elite Football League. And so that'll bring up 2nd and goal for the Warriors. So another big defensive stand needed for this Invaders defense. Just cannot continually put yourselves in bad positions on special teams and turnovers on offense. So 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left. That's Nathan Cromie matched up against Josh Gatling. Two running backs in the backfield with Johnson. Going to fake the handoff, slant across the middle, almost picked off. Nicely knocked down, nice read there by Vinny Holmes. Tried to step in front of that and pick it off at the goal line, but could not do that. But at least there to break up the pass. So 3rd and goal for the Minneapolis Warriors at the Invaders' 5-yard line here with 4:53 remaining in the first quarter. Try to remember to notate what the time on the clock says. At least we do have the scoreboard so you know the quarter and the score. 7-0 your score. Minneapolis leads over Fargo. So as we get ready here, 3rd and goal for the Warriors. Staying with that same formation. Cromie singled up on the near side. Johnson looking with some time is going to throw it out to Cromie. There's Josh Gatling, and almost picked up and knocked down. Nice defensive play by Josh Gatling to prevent the touchdown because Cromie went up and almost had that one. So that'll bring up 4th and goal at the 5-yard line. We'll see if the Warriors bring out Ostertag, their kicker, and try and just get the field goal. And it does look like they're bringing him out. This will be a shorter attempt than that extra point. So a field goal attempt, ball spotted at the 5-yard line. They'll spot this kick probably about the 12. It'll be a 22-yard field goal attempt for John Ostertag. So, given the circumstances, a nice defensive stand by the Invaders to keep the Warriors out of the end zone. So here's the field goal attempt from Ostertag. The snap, the set, and the kick is up.
And it is good.
And it is good.
With that, the score, the Minneapolis Warriors 10, the Fargo Invaders
So,
0.
with 4:43 on the game clock, your score, Minneapolis 10, Fargo Invaders nothing here in the first quarter. Obviously, we'd like to thank some of our season-long sponsors. As soon as I find my sponsor sheets. Obviously, our main sponsors always make Fire Network possible. And, of course, I don't have their logo pulled up. It's always is Moorhead Massage and Wellness. And I don't have their read in front of me. So would you like? You don't have a microphone on. Never mind. It's their mission to work with folks who are on a healing journey, and they want you to stay on track with your balanced life. So they also want those who are financially strapped to have access to the care they need. Because of this, they offer a different kind of pricing scale. For therapeutic massage, intuitive massage, access bars, energetic balancing, positional release, contact Matthew or Crystal Franco at Moorhead Massage and Wellness. Thank you once again for being sponsors, not only of Invaders Football, but the Fire Network as well. So not the start the Invaders wanted here in the first quarter. 4:43 remaining in the first quarter. Minneapolis leads 10-0 on two possessions. It started at the 30 and the 20-yard line of the Fargo Invaders. So not a long ways to go for Minneapolis. It'd be nice to see them have to drive the entire length of the field as opposed to setting up shop in Invader territory. Kickoff is coming to Jermaine Armstrong, who bobbles the kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. Another bad situation for the Invaders. So now they're going to start their next drive inside their 10-yard line at the 7-yard line for this next possession. A critical possession, I might say, just for the fact that you're playing against a team that, I mean, if you take out the two games that they've scored 80 points in, they're probably still scoring 30, 35 points a game. So you cannot afford to get behind this Minneapolis Warriors team. You want to stay within striking distance, and mistakes like that, which have plagued the Invaders during their losses this season, is not a good way to go. So Tudman will lead the offense out with the 4 wide receiver set. And it looks like Shane Sigler is in at running back for the Invaders. Gets the snap, going to hand this one off to Sigler, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Sigler, the ball carrier.
Are you back?
I'm back.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Everything tested out okay for you?
Yeah, they were having some trouble with the audio, so I did some adjustments, and I think it's sounding pretty good.
Oh, that's good. Because I didn't know that.
How about you guys? Let us know in the chat how we're sounding. Please.
Yes, that's one thing Mr. Franco is nice enough to do, is to monitor that chat for any kind of feedback that can help our broadcast get better. So second, and I guess they would mark it as a loss on that play. Tudman under pressure. He's going to roll to his right. He's going to throw that one away underhanded. And so he gets rid of that one, preventing the safety. And they're discussing it to see if they're going to call an intentional grounding. He was out of the tackle box, so I think it should be fine. And I don't see a flag on the play, so that'll bring up 3rd down, and it looks like 12. So that was a loss on that run by Sigler. So 3rd and 12 now for the Invaders. Just trying to not have a loss on this, not turn it over inside their own end zone or get sacked for a safety. But so far this season, from what we've seen from the Warriors, Franco, is that the Warriors capitalize on every one of your mistakes and force you into making mistakes of your own.
Well, and that's just the mark of a great team.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tudman under pressure is going to scramble. Oh, he gets thrown down and tackled from behind. There's a penalty down. I want to say that was a horse collar tackle. I'm not sure Will is feeling too good there. So as the athletic trainer comes out on the field, we'll have to hope that Will is all right. because that did, in fact, look like it was a horse collar or something from behind, so we'll have to hope that Will is all right.
Yeah, it was definitely from behind. I didn't see the horse collar, but we're a long ways away from there.
Yeah, it was something where the way he went down, it looked kind of that way.
It was awkward for sure.
Absolutely. So we will try and step away here. I'll try and play one of these commercial things I got loaded up on the old iPad. And with 3:49 to go in the first quarter, your score remains Minneapolis 10, Fargo nothing.
Plays on both squads. Offsetting penalties.
Doesn't look in front of the line there where he's
Horse collar tackle on the defense and illegal forward pass on the Invaders.
Where can get your phone and computer repaired? At Where Repair. With no appointment necessary.
After the
you can
penalties,
bring your devices
third down,
in
replay
right
third
away.
down for the Invaders.
Have our knowledgeable staff do a free diagnostics to determine the problem. Stay up to date by checking the status of your ticket online. All of our services come with a warranty.
Fargo
Where
Invaders
Repair
would
also
like to
does
thank
web
its supporters,
development.
including Novelty
Stop by
Construction,
Where Repair
based
for
out
all
of
your
Fergus
phone
Falls.
and computer
Building your
repairs.
dream home, man cave, outbuildings, or even updating your current home. Go build with Novelty Construction. 218-850-3352.
There's your mute channel. Oh, okay. So is anything popping there? There's no bars going up.
Nope.
So we'll play with it. This could be our mute all channels.
That would be good. He's walking off at least, so he'll be
Yeah,
off
that's
for-
good.
All right. And we're back. Oops. And we're back.
And we're back.
So that works.
That
right?
worked.
Got a mute
Got a
button.
mute button.
Bravo.
Bravo.
Right here. Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Third
That's all
down
we need to
for
know.
your Invaders.
So Will
So
Tudman,
Will Tudman will come off the field. He looks to be
okay as he gets
checked out by the staff.
But
Kind of a scary hit right there.
Just you
You cannot come up behind
players like that and yank them down from behind. I don't know if that was what exactly that was. So Jameis Neal the third. Trey Jameis will come in for this third down play. We had offsetting penalties there. So even though there was that horse collar, we had a different penalty. So Trey Jameis comes in, going to roll to his right. Going to try and get rid of this one. He's going to throw it out. Pass is caught by Rod Stewart, but out of bounds. A nice effort, though. Would have been a first down. Could he have kept his feet in bounds? So that'll bring up fourth down now for the Invaders. Fourth and 12 at their own 5. Punting unit will have to come back on and hope to do better than they did last time as far as coverage goes. Another close call where our quarterback's rolling out of the pocket and just gets the ball away to save getting a safety.
I think there's a kind of a double whammy going on here. The offensive line is just not able to protect long enough, and this receivers are not getting open.
Yeah.
So and that's again, we're going to go back to running game. You can establish a running game, then that opens both of those things up.
Here set the punt, gets this one, an end over and kick this time. Going to hit down at the Invaders 37. Picked up once again. Breaks a tackle down the sideline. Breaks another tackle and then taken down. But once again, the Warriors will start inside Invaders territory at the 25-yard line, I believe, this drive.
They really got to figure out a way to flip this field.
First down and 10 at the 26 for the Warriors. Time to bring back out your Invaders.
So Fargo Invaders.
That's probably
You were so loud.
I mean, you
sound good. Don't get me wrong. You're a lot to take in.
I am a lot.
So
They'll mark the ball out of bounds at the 26. But once again, Minneapolis Warriors possessions have started at the Invaders 30, the 20, and now the 26-yard line.
So that's making things awfully easy for this Warriors offense to set up shop deep in Invaders territory. Invaders defense needs to make a big play. Two wide receivers each side for Johnson. Man goes in motion, handoff. This time to one of the receivers. Tackle made there. That was basically a hand. I mean, that was a handoff. I don't know if he flipped that, because that would technically be a pass. So gains maybe one on that to the 25-yard line. 2nd and 9 for the Warriors. I'd also have to say that the Warriors did a good job traveling up here as far as the number of players brought up. That's very encouraging to see, because sometimes in semi-pro football you don't exactly have the numbers of players make up to your road games as you do as your home games. So obviously Minneapolis is really locked in, trying to get things squared away to win this league and try and get a chance at a national championship, making their way through the playoff of their league champions. Johnson with some time gets hit by Wallow, and then pass broken up that time nicely by Travis Williams. That'll bring up 3rd and 9.
The Warriors against your Invaders defense.
Cornelius Wallow getting a little bit of pressure there on Javonte Johnson, something that Invader fans want to see more of. Continuing to get that pressure on Javonte Johnson. So a big third down, and hopefully the Invaders defense can make a stand here.
Third down.
Go to 3rd and 9.
Your Invaders defense.
You just really want to talk and listen to yourself at the same time.
No, because people are complaining that you're echoey.
I'm echoey.
And hear it myself.
Okay.
I don't know if something is picking us up multiple places.
Well, I'm wondering if the iPad is picking us up.
It shouldn't be. But I'll have to check that here in a moment.
So
Johnson here, four wide receiver set on 3rd and 9. Back to pass, looking, has time, throws it up to the right. Receiver makes a cut, but goes right through his hands. That'll bring him 4th down.
Johnson's pass incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
So fourth down for the Minneapolis Warriors.
4th down for the Warriors against your Fargo.
And go back to our main camera and see if that does anything. So 4th and 9 for the Warriors at the Invaders 25-yard line, deciding to keep the offense out there, as this would be about a 42-yard field goal, and that might be at the limits of John Ostertag's range, or at least what they're comfortable with.
Yes, that's better.
Okay, so that was the problem? Okay. So 4th and 9, 4 wide receiver set, 1 back in the backfield. That looks like it's Sims in the backfield with Johnson. False start on the offense there on that wide receiver up top. I believe that was number 84, William McKinney. And so that'll back him up 5 yards, back to the 30-yard line, making it 4th and 14, if my math is correct. Do you have your calculator out?
I don't.
Oh, I don't know why I bring you that.
You really shouldn't. You should fire me.
I know. I got to find someone to count on.
So it was your iPad.
Okay. Well, I'm glad someone pointed that out. I'm sorry.
It was Ryan Moss.
Well, thank you, Ryan. Well, as far as just to let people know, that's why I need a second person here, because I can't watch the talk from everybody and try and talk at the same time. So it looks like Tudman is getting some treatment on his back on the sideline there. So we'll see if he's able to come back out next possession. Javonte Johnson's got some time, now some pressure across the middle, and that is incomplete. So turnover on down, so the Invaders defense is getting a little bit stronger as we go on. So they've given up a touchdown, a field goal. Now this time they get the stop on a 4th and long, and this coincidentally is going to be some good field position for the Fargo Invaders.
There we go.
And it's only at their 30-yard line. Not quite the same field position that the Warriors have had. But Invaders will start their next possession now.
Well, and
with 2:21 on the clock. 10-0 is your score still. Go ahead, Frank.
I think the goal is just to flip the field at this point.
Absolutely.
You know, and then go from there.
Jameis Neal III back out of quarterback as Tudman gets a little work done on his back on the sideline. So Jameis Neal III has proven that he can play. Blitz off the corner. He's going to throw it out, tries to throw it to Rod Stewart, overthrows him, almost picked off that time by, I believe that's number 5 for the Minneapolis Warriors, Joe Breedis. So almost got him there.
On the west side of the concessions, portable restroom facilities across the field.
I don't know what our athletic trainer is doing, but the way Will's feet were moving, it didn't look like he was in. It was comfortable. It looked like he was pushing on something, and that got a reaction. But Jameis Neal III really kind of took over playing quarterback almost full time, almost a quick false start there. Quick pass out to Constant Jackson, get a block by Bonnie down the sideline, and gets out of bounds enough for a first down. Nicely done. Nice block on the outside by John Bonney. And that's going to be the Invaders' first down of the day.
Short of the first down marker by 1 yard.
I guess he stepped out before he got there, which I had not seen. I thought he got about 2 yards past the first down marker. My bad. Maybe I need to have the binoculars strapped to my head at all times.
I got to tell you, I am seeing things differently up here than the officials, but that's okay.
Yep.
I guess that's what happens.
Yep. So 3rd and 1 for the Invaders out at the 39-yard line, trying to get a first down. And J.B. Limscomb moves. I think they're going to call that on the offense, but, I mean, there was a guy from the Warriors who was across the
NFL league. Do they, can a defense draw them off? I don't know.
I just think that they'll end up calling this on the Invaders just based on what we've seen so far.
Exactly, the consistency.
But to me, JB had an idea what was going to be happening, and he moved in reaction to that Warriors player coming across. But unfortunately, based on the rules, I don't think we're going to get the call. But it looked like we had drawn them off sides, and we were going to get a free 5 yards and a first down. And they are going to call it against the Warriors. So finally a call goes in favor of the Invaders, so that's a 5-yard pickup there, and that's your first Fargo Invaders first down of the day.
Seems like you just said that a minute ago.
I know, and that comes at 1:24 remaining in the first quarter. I said it already because I was wrong, which happens quite often.
First and 10 at the 44.
Oh, my computer did turn on back on.
Hey, all right.
Look at that.
So 1:24 remaining here in the first quarter. 2 wide receivers to the right, a tight end to the left. Handoff up the middle to Tim Devaney. He's going to bounce off a tackler, and he's going to end up getting a yard, maybe 2. We see the Warriors pointing that they have the ball, but I think the whistle had already blown. So 2nd down.
Results in 2nd down and 8.
And I guess they're going to give him all. I guess it's about 2 on that gain. So 2nd and 8 for the Invaders after a 2-yard run. So getting towards the last seconds here of the first quarter. Jameis Neal III in at quarterback for the Invaders. Blitz coming. He's going to spin away from the pressure. Now he's got some time. Also got a lot of room out to the left. Going to try and make a man miss. And he's going to get into Warriors territory down to the 49-yard line. And that's going to be a gain of 5. And so that'll bring up, I believe, 3rd and 3. Gain of 2, gain of 5. That's 7. So that'd be 10 minus 7 is 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Looks like 3.5 to me.
Oh, my gosh. And that's going to do it for your first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, Minneapolis leads 10-0 over your Fargo Invaders. You're watching Fargo Invaders football in conjunction with the Northern Elite Football League on the Fire Network. So let's talk about some of our sponsors. Obviously, Otter Tail Mid-Dakota Coaches, longtime sponsor of Fargo Invaders football. They've been providing quality motor coach and school bus transportation for over 40 years. They can transport your group across town or across the country. Call today and let them help you plan your next group outing. That's Otter Tail Mid-Dakota Coaches. I've got my phone set up over here. I'm going to have to take that off so I can get to some of my reads that I have saved on my phone.
You should do that.
I should probably print that off, to be more prepared. I don't know. I've had so much, I haven't had much free time lately. don't know what you're talking about.
It's just been a different couple of years, I guess, than, you know.
But 3rd and 3, Invaders finally in Minneapolis Warriors territory. Do I have that doesn't show up very well. That's a clear one.
That's good.
Interception. They were founded to make technology less daunting. They do this by promoting strong relationships, being your technical experts, and promoting a positive environment for their employees. They keep IT simple so you can do what you do best. They're so confident you'll want to keep working with them that they don't lock you into a long-term contract by going month to month. They want to keep earning your trust every day. That's Interception. As we get everybody set here and turned around, headed the other direction. I'll say wrong direction. So 3rd and 3 for the Invaders, trying to keep this drive going. Empty backfield this time. 5 wide receiver set. Jameis Neal III is going to have to run this one up the middle. Tries to run under pressure, but he's going to be taken down for a loss.
There's nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go on that one. So that was a low snap, caused a ton of problems. And that's going to be punt. Unit's going to have to come back out. But with a good punt here, and actually if you can get some good coverage, you could flip that field and at least make the Minneapolis Warriors have to go the length of the field rather than having them set up at your 30-yard line or closer.
Right.
So out to punt is Lazante here from the Invaders' 47-yard line. So it was a loss of 4 on that play. The adventure that is special teams, trying to figure out if we have enough people. So Tahir set to kick this one away, clock running. Short of a short snap, but gets it up. High hanging punt. Going to hit down at the 27-yard line and roll into Invaders territory and out of bounds, or excuse me, Warriors territory. And they'll mark it out of bounds at the 24-yard line. So that's where the Warriors will take over on their next possession. So their worst field position of the day is close to what is the best field position the Invaders have had today.
To begin with, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of a weird situation, but if the defense can continue to have some of the same results they've had as the game has gone on, you could continue to flip that field and get back into this one. Only trailing 10-0. You're not out of this by any means.
Absolutely.
Even with the offensive struggles, the defense is starting to do their job. Obviously, the Invaders need to keep that defensive intensity up and keep making plays on the defensive side of the ball.
And stop turning the ball over. You know, that's the key of the game is the turnovers.
Absolutely.
You know, I really think that they can get back into this game. Another stop here. It's going to be a delay game.
Illegal substitution on the Warriors. That'll back them up 5. So that continues to back them up into their worst starting field position of the day. So that'll back them up at the 19-yard line. So they're way backed up there by Warrior standards. We also want to thank those watching, the Minneapolis Warriors fans who are watching down in the Twin Cities. Thanks for joining us today on our live stream. Good to be back. Good to be back up in the booth with Mr. Franco. It's been a few weeks.
It has been a few weeks.
It's been a month or something, hasn't it?
It's
snap. Johnson back to pass. Buchanan under pressure. Almost picked off that time by Antoine Phillips. Buchanan with the pressure. Johnson just tried to get rid of that to a little screenplay over to his running back. And Phillips was there but could not get his hands on it. So it'll bring up 2nd and 15 for the Warriors.
And that's what's been different the last 2 drives is there's been some pressure on Javonte. Mm-hmm. And that's, as we know, that's when he makes mistakes is when there's pressure.
Absolutely. And, of course, we can say that as Invader broadcasters / fans is that we've seen Javonte grow and evolve as a quarterback in this league as his first 2 seasons were spent with us, leading the Invaders to a championship 2 summers ago when, last year COVID got the championship, unfortunately. So 2nd and 15 now, 4 wide receivers set for Johnson. Sims in the backfield. Buchanan trying to make a move, pushes that lineman back, and then gets the pass out to Cromie, and he's going to have enough for a first down. Oh, Buchanan was right there closing in on Javonte. Almost got to him, but that's going to be a pass and catch to Cromie all the way out to the 35-yard line, enough for a Warriors first down.
That'll be a good matchup to watch there with Tez.
Yeah, because Tez made a move right there on him. and it went against that left tackle and just kind of pushed him back. That was number 65 for the Warriors. That's Eric Shaw, who is a longtime offensive lineman here in the Northern Elite Football League. But if the Invaders can continue to ramp up and get some pressure on Javonte Johnson, they'll give themselves a chance. Man in motion for the Warriors, going to be handing off to him right there. And I believe that is 33, and they got to make the tackle. Don't let him get going. So it'll be enough for a first down.
Results in a first down for the Warriors.
That is number 33. Like I said, that's Rizza Muhammad. Or Mahmoud, excuse me. Mispronounced his last name there. Just brought him in motion, lined him at wide receiver, brought him in motion, handed him the ball. He's a running back, I believe, by trade. That's what they have him listed as. He's been around for a while. We've seen him play for a number of years for the Warriors. Beautiful day here at Jim Gatta Stadium. 82 degrees, at least last time I checked.
Nice breeze, some clouds.
That's because of the fan, I think.
No, I was out there. You can see the trees moving.
A little bit. So 1st and 10 once again for the Warriors. 4 wide receiver set. Man in motion once again. High snap. Johnson gets it. He's going to try to hit that screen pass. Missed tackle right there by Armstrong.
God, you just got to make the tackle there.
Just an inch away.
He was going for the kill.
Isaiah Sims gets that one, moves the chains, another first down, and the Warriors are driving.
Sims is just too experienced to
he is the
victim of that.
I don't know the all-time stats because I don't know we've got all of them.
He's got to be close, doesn't he?
On the Northern Elite Football League website, but Sims has been a long-time pioneer. Switched teams this past offseason, is now a member of the Minneapolis Warriors. But he has been a long time and just an excellent running back for many, many years. And now he brought his talents over to the Warriors, who I don't know if they have Tyrell Martin with them today. I mean, obviously he's listed on the roster, but I haven't seen him on the field today. Trips to the right this time for Javonte Johnson. Man in motion is Mahmoud. Some pressure off the edge. He steps up. Throws it out there.
Right,
intercepted by Vinny Holmes at the 10-yard line. Gets a block. Takes down the sideline. Penalty there. And he's back outside the 20-yard line, but nicely done by Vinny Holmes. Gets the first turnover of the day for the Invaders. Penalty flag is down. There was something about a block or a hold there back.
Oh, man, I don't know. Derek really made sure to be in front of him. I think they're going to get Derek with a crackback.
I could hear what he said on that where he doesn't agree with it.
I don't know that I do either because he really made an attempt to be in front of him.
Mm-hmm. Regardless, it is a turnover. Personal foul against the Invaders.
That's a rough one.
That's a rough one. But,
I can see it, but I feel like he really showed an angle that was very different than just trying to do the crackback. But
absolutely.
It is a major point of emphasis in this league.
Yep. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Invaders at the 6-yard line, I believe, with 10:53 to go in the first half. As the Invaders try and get set up here to get things going on this next drive. Jameis Neal III still in at quarterback. Gets the snap, fakes the handoff, quick pass out to Rod Stewart, pass incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
A little high and behind his receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Trying to see if I can find where Will the Thrill is on the bench. See if he's moving around okay. Which I am trying to find him. I see that's probably Josh Gatling sitting in the shade. So Invaders shuffling linemen in and out here. 4 wide receiver set once again for Jameis Neal III, joined in the backfield by Brandon Jones. 2nd and 10. Snap. Back to pass. Under pressure. Is going to have to step up. He's going to get out of pressure. Avoids the safety. Still going. Gets out to the 10. Still running. The human juke stick there. Jameis Neal III avoids the safety and gets outside of the 10-yard line. Off that's 11 or out to the 12. So a positive gain on that one makes it 3rd and kind of about manageable. I think it might be 3rd and 6. I always hate trying to guess when it's on an angle like that. I'm always wrong. But otherwise, that would have been a safety for the Warriors, but he was able to somehow escape that.
It's kind of as far as the video goes.
I'm wondering if this is a V too.
It probably is a little bit. All right, folks. Sorry for the crash, but it's not a good Fire Network broadcast unless we have technical issues. So we're back.
We're back.
Hopefully you can see this. Things are getting a little hot in the sun here, and I mean that might be causing some of our issues. But hopefully it starts and keeps going. But James Mill, the third under pressure, is going to be sacked from behind. Getting around the left tackle there.
Gatlin sacked behind the line of scrimmage by number 93, Tamset. Brings up 2nd down.
So hopefully, if anything, you can hear us. Because I can see the camera movement on my iPad. It starts and stops. So I don't know if we've got some... I might have to change that once again.
Pass picked off by the defense. Number 13 stiff arms the Invader. He's going to be pushed out of bounds outside the 35-yard line.
Presented by number 13, Joyner from Minneapolis. Results in first down.
So let me check something.
And we're back.
We're back.
I think. So hopefully, if you're out there, you can hear me. I don't know what I changed or what I did, but restarted, reconnected, tried everything I can. So hopefully this is going out to somebody somewhere. And you can see that the Invaders are deep inside Warriors territory with 14.7 seconds remaining here in the first half. You're scored 20-0, and since we've had our technical issues, the Minneapolis Warriors have kicked a field goal, forced a turnover, got a touchdown on a 1-yard run by Isaiah Sims after a nice pass to Lakeem Johnson. And then missed a field goal, and that started this last possession here for the Invaders right before the end of the half. As Tudman is out there with 5 receivers. Nobody in the backfield with him. Snap to Tudman, quick pass, throwing to Soto in the end zone. No pass interference called there. Soto was really trying to get that call, but it's 10.2 seconds left here in the first half. So it looks as though we're back live on the YouTube stream. So I don't know exactly what happened, if it was equipment overheating or what. Our main man, Mr. Frankel, is going to get some extra equipment to try and ensure we're able to bring in the second half. But for now, we're back. And we'll see what we can do here on second and 10 from about the 11 or 12, about the 11-yard line with only 10 seconds remaining in the half. As we kind of motor through this game by fits and starts. So 5 wide receivers set this time. Bonnie and Soto wide left. Ball start there.
Flag on the play.
Trying to get the refs to say that it was against the Warriors. And I don't believe they have any chance of that. The clock was stopped. 10-second runoff, thankfully.
The Invaders, rather.
So still second down and 15, but only 9.6 seconds remaining in the first half. Invaders trying to get into the end zone before the end of the half. Which could really help their chance of trying to come back in this game. I would think there's going to be one more quick pass, and if that's not successful, I believe the Invaders have a timeout left, and they can call timeout and try and get a field goal and get on the board. McConnell, James the third, and Rod Stewart wide right. Bonnie and Soto, the two big wide receivers, wide left. Tudman sometimes going to step up. Going to try and run this one. Trying to get to the corner. He's going to be taken out at the 5-yard line. Penalty flag comes out.
Tudman, the ball carrier.
2.3 seconds left on the clock. See if there's another crackback, if there's another legal block. Down to about the 5-yard line. And Tudman was not able to get in the end zone. But the clock is stopped. And that should bring in a field goal attempt from Invaders kicker Lazan to here. Even if it's a potential 15-yard penalty from the 5, it's still within Tahir's range. So if you're watching, thanks for sticking around for our technical difficulties. It's not a good day unless there's technical difficulties. Glad you're back. Again. I think I know the cause of that.
I cannot guarantee I know why I'm echoing, because I do have that other audio off. I will have to try and listen at halftime to try and figure that out. 20-0 is your score. Minneapolis leads the Fargo Invaders here in the second quarter in Moorhead, Minnesota at Jim Gata Stadium in Moorhead, Minnesota.
Penalty on the Invaders. Resulting in the ball spotted at the 23-yard
line. So 23-yard line could be a 40-yard attempt for Tahir. So sorry for the echo, folks. We'll try and get that figured out at halftime. Tahir out to kick this one. Ball spotted at the 31-yard line. So a 41-yard attempt to snap the set, and the kick is up. And It's going to hit off the goalpost and is no good. So that extra couple yards does it right there. So the Invaders cannot get on the scoreboard. So it is halftime now, folks. Your score, Minneapolis 20, Fargo nothing here from Jim Gatta Stadium. Thank you for tuning in to Fargo Invaders Football on the Fire Network.
All right, folks, back here at halftime at Jim Gatta Stadium as the teams get warmed up. I'll try and go over some of the highlights, assuming I have other things that don't overheat. Your score at halftime, 20-0 in favor of the Minneapolis Warriors. They've taken control at the half so far, 10 points in each quarter. Invaders are still kind of hanging around, had a chance to score right before halftime. Unfortunately, were unable to capitalize on the good field position. What's wrong? I'm still echoing?
Dinner awards at 5. High school.
One, and if I turn it here, now we're supposed to be live with audio coming through the video, but unfortunately I don't know why I'm echoing because here we are live on the video go. What's that? Yeah, I know. I have no idea why this would be echoing and repeating everything. Player delay that. You know. Test, 1, 2, 3. I'm really at a loss as to why it would be echoing because there's nothing else is picking anything up. I mean, I can do this always on, and then if I go to this camera, then we should only have still the audio coming through our little mini mixer here. But I don't know why I would be on some type of delay, because we had exactly set up the same way when we were rolling along just fine. Maybe just give everybody a break and just let them watch the game and just not hear me talk. There's always that. Anything? We go back to the video. This is what we're at.
Reminder that the Warriors will receive the second half kickoff.
Okay. I've tried my best to keep this going. Halftime stats. Javonte Johnson, 8 of 20 for 127 yards and an interception. James Newell III for Fargo, 1 of 5, 9 yards and an interception. Will Tudman, 3 of 12, 45 yards and an interception. Oh, maybe I wasn't talking there either, was I? Warriors rushing, They've got a total of 12 carries for 26 yards on the day. Invaders got 7 carries for 31 yards. Will Tudman leads all rushers with 3 carries for 21 yards today. Receiving, mixed results for both teams as well. Leading receivers in.
Your iPad mic, there is something with your iPad mic. It is picking you up.
I don't know how to change that because it should be muted.
This is all good. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Time to start the second half with the
It's a good run. First down run there by Isaiah Sims.
12. Result of the play is first down for the Warriors at the 43.
So 1st and 10 for the Warriors on the opening possession of the second half. So let me know if we're back and if anybody can hear me. So 1st and 10 for the Warriors here in the second half. After that run by Isaiah Sims for a first down, man in motion. Now trips to the right. Johnson with some time, looking to throw. Steps up, it's going to go deep. It's got a man open. It's caught. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Minneapolis to William McKinney.
And the Minneapolis Warriors touchdown.
And just like that to start the second half, the Warriors are on the board once again. So let me get over to YouTube to see if anybody's there. So extra point coming. See if I'm echoing at all.
Okay, on to attempt the extra point.
I don't hear anything else, but let me know. Ostertag with the extra point attempt here in the second half. 26-0 your score now in favor of the Warriors.
Can we go up there?
No. Extra point kick is up, and that is going to be wide right.
We're not paying the insurance.
Attempt is no good. After the score.
Extra point no good by Ostertag, wide to the right. And that score will remain 26-0 in favor of the Minneapolis Warriors. There's 4 people in the live chat. Of course, one's you and one's me. So do you want to chat face-to-face, or should I just type you something?
I'm listening. I think it's good. I think we're on. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, just wait. You got to hear what I said. Otherwise, it's not going to make any sense. You listen and then you type in the chat back to me so I know you heard me. So not the way the Invaders wanted to start the second half. Now trailing 26-0 here in the third quarter. 13:51. Oh, that wasn't that funny of a joke to you?
It's funny.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for humoring me.
You're so funny.
I know.
I'm not even on. Here we go.
Whoa!
Oh, hey now.
I don't need you to gain so much, bro.
No, you don't need that. Nobody needs that.
Nobody needs that. So we've got a stream once again, partially, whatever. My fault. I'm sorry, Matthew.
God.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. This was my setup, and this was my brainchild to make things easier for us, and my iPad or the software let me down. So kick picked up at the 23-yard line and taken there
King on the return for the Invaders.
by Cornell King, and he's taken down at about the 34-yard line.
34.
It's just amazing to me that we were in my studio for how long?
Couple hours.
A couple hours having it going, running great.
9 of 21
Mhm.
And so now we're here.
Yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, thank you. Turn me down. My gosh.
You're a little
I'm a little hot, huh?
a little hot.
Oh, hey now.
I mean, you are hot.
That's true.
Total rushing for the Warriors.
You know what? I just want to take this time to say thank you, Matthew, for all of your hard work. I'm sorry this just didn't work the way that we thought it was going to.
I mean,
but you know what, folks? If you need massages, check out Crystal and Matthew over at Moorhead Massage and Wellness. I mean, they are some of the best massage therapists in the Fargo Moorhead area, and I'm not kidding. Everybody raves about them. Tudman is going to fake the handoff. Is going to be taken out of the backfield hard.
Tubman sacked on the play.
it didn't really fake anybody.
No, I don't know if he really wanted to run that one. I think it was a play action, and they were looking to go down the field, but that did not work. So 26-0, your score, not the way the Invaders wanted this day to go, but you know what? So far, every team that has faced this Minneapolis Warrior team has, in a sense, faced a similar fate. The Warriors have capitalized on opponents' mistakes, and they have forced you into bad situations. How many times have we seen in basically a game and a half against the Invaders that they have started multiple possessions inside Invaders territory, if not all the way in the red zone? And so trying to defend against that, it is almost near impossible with the amount of weapons that this Minneapolis Warriors team has accumulated. Tudman back to pass on 2nd and long. He's going to have to escape, and he'll be taken down once again in the backfield.
For a loss on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
And I believe that was number 93, Brandon Tamset.
28.
Just kind of wrestles Tudman down by the back of the neck. So still a lot of time today, almost over 12 minutes, 12:20 here in the third quarter. You know what? This is one game, though. This has not obviously turned out the way the Invaders wanted it to go today. They've had some bright spots defensively. Offensively, it hasn't gone the way that they've wanted to. But at the same time, it's one game. We still got to match up with the SaberCats, the Pioneers, and the Wolves. Still plenty of time to get right for the playoffs, and you're gonna have to face this Warriors team again in the playoffs if you want to go anywhere. Tudman gets this pass out just over the outstretched hands of Nate Soto. That'll bring up 4th down. Punting situation for the Invaders once again. I see some dejected faces from that Invaders offense, but you know what? You've got to be sharp when you play against a team like the Minneapolis Warriors.
It's true.
I can't stress that enough. And you know what? I mean, the Warriors are staking their claim, obviously, to the top seed in the NEFL and the NEFL playoffs and making it, I'm not sure if their game will be once again in Woodbury, but you're going to make the NEFL playoff path run through them. And you know what? What happened last time we had an Invaders season? We went on the road twice, and we're able to make our way through St. Paul, defeat the Pioneers, and then after that go on the road and beat a very good Sioux City team for the NEFL championship. So every journey of a champion has its rough spots.
That's
Big high spiraling kick to here, taken at the 33-yard line, and he's going to run backwards, and he's going to try and get to the edge, and he does, but he'll go out of bounds. Penalty flag there. Thrown clear over from our sideline.
I didn't see what that was. Did you?
I don't know, but he threw that. That's a good throw by the ref.
That was I'm
I don't know if
impressed.
that's a former quarterback out there, but he threw it from the sideline, near sideline to us, and that flag is all the way over on the far hash mark, and these are high school.
the far hash mark. I mean,
absolutely. That's fantastic arm strength right there.
Throw a beanbag that far? I'm impressed.
Let's see. Who else do I want to at least acknowledge on this train wreck of a broadcast I put together? I played the commercial earlier for North Fargo Health Source. We've talked about Thrivent Financial, Intrepitech Novelty Construction, Otter Tail Mid-Dakota Coaches. I think I've covered pretty much everybody, other than obviously Microsoft. They are a big donator, donating all of those things to Fargo Invaders football.
It's been kind of a rough day, huh?
But, it's one of those things. I don't know what happened. I don't know what wrong. I don't know how to fix
it.
We
were so confident. We were so confident. That was the problem.
It was working so well, and then I had to restart.
We were so excited.
I thought this is the ticket. So Warriors take over. Going to hand this ball off taken down in the backfield this time by, I believe that is Real, Greg Stem. No, excuse me, that is Greg Clark, I believe, number 58. Got my Gregs backwards. Yep, 58 is Greg Clark. If I can find what she sent me, because I have that still.
I'm going to go get water. Do you want water?
No, I'm fine for now. Where's Chris? There it is. After this play, I will read the proper promo for Moorhead Massage and Wellness, since I can never have it printed off in front of me, which would make sense. 4 wide receiver set once again for Javante Johnson on 2nd and long. Quick pass out to the bubble receiver there. Missed tackle, but then taken down by Jameis Neal, 2 and 3, along with the help with Greg Clark. Gain of about 5 on that play brings up 3rd down. Moorhead Massage and Wellness, providing the Fargo Moorhead area with a range of modalities to balance the body, mind, and spirit. Utilize therapeutic massage, myofascial release, Ayurvedic bodywork, the infrared sauna, and more to support your body in feeling its best. I might need to take our stream into that to get our stream feeling its best, because, doggone it, we're close. 26-0 is your score. 3rd quarter here in Fargo. 10 minutes and counting here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and long for the Warriors here. 1 back in the backfield, Sims with Johnson. Mahmoud goes in motion, making a trips right formation for the Warriors. Johnson looking to swing out to his back. Pump fakes, goes back across the middle, throws behind Lakeem Johnson. And that'll bring 4th down for the Warriors, and that'll force a punt finally for the Warriors. I believe that's their first punt of the day. Going back to halftime stats, Javante Johnson, 10 of 23. Actually, this is updated as of right now, since we were probably not on the air at the time. Javante Johnson currently 10 of 23, 187 yards, a touchdown and an interception. For the Invaders, Jameis Neal III, 1 of 5 for 9 yards and an interception. Will Tubman, 3 of 13 for 45 yards and an interception. Really, the problem today is Invaders in their offense not able to get going. Isaiah Sims right now leads all rushers in the game with 7 carries for 19 yards. Will Tubman for the Invaders right behind him with 4 carries for 18 yards. Ostertag on to punt this one away. No real anything of note for receiving except for William McKinney. 2 catches, 73 yards, and a touchdown. Short punt, angling towards out of bounds. It'll be out of bounds inside Warriors territory, so there's something positive for the Invaders. Now just need to capitalize on that with Will Tubman and this Invaders offense. Fargo Invaders receiving, your leading receiver as far as catches goes, Constance Jackson with 2 for 9 yards. But you've got Nate Soto, 1 for 27, and Sean McMonigal, 1 catch for 18 yards. Defensively on the day, Brandon Torrey's got 5 tackles to lead the Warriors. For the Invaders, they've got a number of players with 3 tackles. Derek Alexander, Jameis Neal the third, yes. And I believe Cornelius Wild's got a couple as well. So 4 wide receiver set, Jackson and Stewart near side, Soto on Bonnie wide to the left. Shane Sigler in the backfield with Tubman. Tubman pump fakes. Running out of time, is going to have to scramble. He's going to scramble forward. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 42.
Tubman, this is his 2nd game starting for the Invaders. So still trying to build that chemistry with some of his wide receivers. And with everybody, living in different parts of the Fargo-Moorhead area and different jobs, sometimes it's hard to get together enough times to really build that chemistry.
Is he traveling from somewhere to get here?
No, he's local. I'm kind of more referring to some of the wide receivers
who
are not around all the time. So 2nd and 10 for the Invaders. Trips to the right this time. Tubman looks over the defense. Shifts his running back to his left. Low snap for Tubman. Have to hurry up and move, and then he's going to fall down, unfortunately.
Blow the whistle.
Tubman down behind the line of scrimmage.
Tried to step up in the pocket, then kind of just tripped on his own, went down, and then was expecting the referee to hurry up and blow the whistle. And now we have a flag on the.
I think they're gonna. I think it's gonna be unsportsmanlike conduct.
On who?
Tubman.
Oh,
I think he was.
He was expecting a
yes, expecting a whistle.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the rules of the game.
Yeah. That's another unfortunate kind of thing there. You would assume that as soon as you fall down like that and there's a pass rush, and you're not basically making an effort to get up, that the referees would
blow the whistle.
They would blow the whistle in effort to promote player safety, but that didn't happen, and Will was not really thrilled with that. So he draws the ire of the referees, and they back him up 15 yards. So when it kind of rains, it pours. And you know what? Sometimes, I hate to say this, Franco, sometimes this happens in semi-pro football when things are just not going your way, and it's really, really tough to fight your way out of it because no matter how hard you're trying, it seems like there are so many other things that happen. So 3rd and a country mile, Tubman getting set, steps up into the shotgun position next to Sigler. Blitz coming. Tubman's going to have to step up, and he's going to be taken down again. Just no time for him to throw. Long developing pass patterns as well. And they're going to go backwards even farther. So now it's going to bring 4th down. And 1st down is all the way back at the 32-yard line of the Warriors. And currently the ball is positioned at the Invaders' 34. So that's, 18 and 16? That seems like it's more than that. 34 yards for a 1st down. Piece of cake, right? There's a 35-yard play. I've seen you do that on Madden, just saying.
Couple times.
Yeah. So 4th and long to here out to punt this one away. Invaders' biggest problem this year has been the offensive consistency they need to be where they were 2 years ago. Nice kick this time by Tier. Backs the return man inside the 20 down to about the 19-yard line where he picks it up. Now they just need to make a tackle. Missed tackle there by one of the linemen. Going to make his way through the middle. Still running. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet. Gets a block. Last man to beat is Tahir, the punter. And he is going to
wrestle him out
now. And he laterals it to his teammate. He's going to walk into the end zone. It looked like it was pretty close to being a forward lateral.
Punt returned by Murray.
They're going to call this one a touchdown.
Results in a Warriors touchdown.
Lazan hanging on for dear life, doing his best, but once again, punt coverage an issue for the Invaders. As the referees are talking here, it sort of seemed like it was not an actual lateral there.
Poster tag on to attempt the extra point.
And a penalty on our defensive coordinator.
And you know what? He's just making his voice. And I agree. I mean, the inconsistency in the officiating, it's just been really rough. And, like, when everything is going wrong and then you have the officials against you, not that they're specifically against you, but it's just inconsistent. And it's you got to know the rules of the league that you're in, and it just doesn't seem like they do.
We have seen that in different games throughout the season. I know that from the internal talk that I heard down in St. Paul, and from my own personal opinion as a Invaders broadcaster and an Invaders fan, I was not thrilled with the refereeing of the game down in St. Paul. Sometimes the calls just don't go your way, and it seems like it's more than that. So,
sportsmanlike conduct on the Invaders will be enforced on the kickoff.
So, like I said, when it rains, it pours, and sometimes there's not much you can really do about that, except for try and fight through it. And as I was saying, and I don't know about you, Frank, I know you and I are both realistic type of fans of our favorite teams, and sometimes you can sense the momentum, and you kind of put a pin in that one. Extra point kick is up, and it's off the upright. No good. That upright is getting a workout today. It's got more things batted down than some of the defensive backs today. So the biggest keys today, obviously, after this punt return for a touchdown has been turnovers for the Invaders, special teams for the Invaders, giving up the big returns on kickoffs and, obviously, punt returns. So those are things that you can work on. But in semi-pro football world, practice time is limited. These are all grown adults with jobs, and as we've seen personally on the Fargo Invaders, we've got more and more young men that are becoming fathers, husbands, and life takes away from football, and sometimes that obviously takes away from practice time.
Right.
And it's just a fact. I'm not saying it's an excuse or anything, because obviously Minneapolis is a very talented team. They've been proving it time and time again. And I tell you what, once that snowball starts rolling downhill, it's hard to stop it.
Right.
And all that matters right now is that our stream is still going, so that's all I really care about.
That's all we care. And
I'm just going to try and talk as much as I can for the next quarter and a half, which
make up for lost time.
Pretty much, but I think that we are bordering on the time frame. Number one, we've got a soccer game on this field right after us, and the other thing is that we get to a point where it is point-wise we have a running clock, and that just kind of makes everything kind of go downhill. Or not downhill, it goes faster, I should say. But obviously there are players on both sides, and when things don't go necessarily your way, it's hard to kind of contain the emotions. And all we can do is try and get the ball back and start over again. Kick taken inside the 5-yard line by Tim Devaney down the sidelines. He goes, gets knocked out of bounds. Big hit there.
Kickoff return by Devaney.
Tim Devaney gets knocked out of bounds outside the 25-yard line. We'll see where the referees marked this. I wanted to say this time was 25-26, but we've got it marked down all the way out to, it looks like, the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at the
So first and 10 for the Invaders here in the third quarter, trying to save a little dignity, trying to get on the scoreboard. 6:31 remaining in the third quarter. Rough day at the office for the Invaders. Join us next week. I'll have to confirm this because I know that there have not been every game broadcasted from the Twin City SaberCats home field. So stay tuned for later updates if we will be broadcasting that game live from the Twin Cities. But that'll be your next game next weekend down in the Twin Cities. Tudman under pressure. He's going to be taken down right back at about the line of scrimmage. Trying to find someone down the field. It looks like you've got Bonnie and Jackson trying to do some deeper routes. Stewart was closer. Also Soto kind of down deep, but there's just not anybody getting any separation and getting open. I do want to point out that one of the last times that the Minneapolis Warriors had a game, they had a player incident off the field with another player from another team. And that type of behavior in the Northern Elite Football is not going to be tolerated. That's why, to some extent, that penalty on the Invaders bench happened, because obviously we need to respect the referees and make sure that we got referees to ref our games. And there's some time. Constant Jackson had contact there before the ball showed up by number 22, Trez Phelps, but yet no call. So that'll bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Invaders. 5:35 on the game clock. So frustrating day on the field for the Invaders, frustrating day in the booth for me and my little setup. Franco seems pretty chill about the whole thing. That's all that matters.
I'm kind of lost in thought with the whole thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't, just running through different things, and
doesn't make sense why it kind of did what it did. But
no, it really doesn't.
But it did, and it didn't even the echoing part didn't make any sense either.
Hopefully that's correct.
Low snap that time to Tudman. Tudman's just trying to stay up, and he'll be taken out of the backfield. Another sack by the Warriors, so punting team will come back on the field.
15 at the 25.
So 4th down once again for the Invaders. Lazan Tahir set to punt this one away. Trying to make sure we get good punt coverage here. 4:50 and counting here in the third quarter. Snap back to Tahir. Going to fake it, going to pump it, throw it down, and pass is incomplete. Intended for Derek Alexander, trying to run the fake there, trying to do anything really.
Turnover on downs results in first down for the Warriors at the 25.
At this point in time in the game, I guess you can break all the tricks out of the bag there and see if anything works. Is the audio still okay?
I'm checking.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if someone said something. We might have lost all of our viewers based on my issues with my software, but it still says we're going. I still have audio levels bouncing. So we'll continue to comment. Franco's just taking notes, critiquing me for after the game, so which makes me feel real good. So 1st and 10 for the Warriors at the Invaders' 25-yard line here in the third quarter.
You're doing so great.
Am I? It's been a rough go. When you're trying to be the technical guy and the play-by-play guy, it's not all it's cracked up to be sometimes. Man in motion is Johnson. Javante Johnson takes the snap. Going to look deep to the end zone. Going to pass to his friend Lakeem Johnson. He's going to force his way into the end zone for another Warriors touchdown.
To number 7, Keem Johnson.
So that'll make the score 38-0. In kind of a similar fashion to what happened with the big matchup between the Minneapolis Warriors and the St. Paul Pioneers, it started off kind of being interesting and a close game, and the Warriors just kind of are able to consistently maintain that pressure on the other team with their offense and then apply some good defensive pressure, force the other team into mistakes, and before you know it, you're down by 30 points.
Johnson touchdown.
So 36-0 right now in favor of the Minneapolis Warriors. Or is it 38? Johnson trying to go for 2 points here. Snap, going to run it to Isaiah Sims, and he's going to plow his way into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. It's good.
So I'd say we're probably going to be in running time now.
Yes, I think actually before that 2-point conversion we were.
4:33 remaining in the third quarter. The score.
So 40-0 is your score in favor of the Minneapolis Warriors. Minneapolis Warriors flexing their NEFL muscle right now, taking advantage of an offensive line that's kind of yet to come together, and an offense that has really struggled today to get anything going, trying to get big pass plays to your receivers and John Bonney and Nate Soto and your other receivers that have really shown up over the last few weeks, Rod Stewart and Constant Jackson, just unable to really do anything consistently offensively to really kind of give the defense a break. And you have all those possessions that start. Another possession starts inside the Invaders' 30-yard line, and that's kind of a recipe for disaster for the Fargo Invaders. So they'll get the ball back here on the kickoff, and then I believe we'll be back in running time. So next weekend, the Invaders will travel down to the Twin Cities to take on the Twin Cities SaberCats. Team sitting in 5th place coming into this weekend. Right behind the Fargo Invaders are the Mindac Titans at that 4 seed. They've got a 1-game lead over the Twin Cities SaberCats. That's kind of the two interesting matchups, Matt, are the 2nd place between the Pioneers and the Invaders, and then that 4th place spot between the Titans and the SaberCats. So there's kind of some, once again, in this league, there's some tiers.
Kind of the best of the rest?
Yeah, it's kind of there's tiers of teams. I mean, Minneapolis has separated themselves from everybody in the league. You know, the Invaders have some work to do to try and catch up with the St. Paul Pioneers. And then, obviously, after that, you've got everybody else. And the Titans are trying to hold on to that 4th spot and that playoff spot. So kick is returned out by one of the upmen to the 25-yard line.
1st and 10, Invaders at the 25.
So the Invaders will start their next possession at their own 25-yard line. We'll see if we can get something going here offensively. Just anything really to kind of end on a positive note, you might say. And I hate that we're at that point of the game, Matt, but that's where we're at.
Yes, that is. And again, I'd like to see them have a scripted set of plays here and put a drive together.
Absolutely. And with games like this and limited practices and stuff, you've got to make sure. I mean, part of the thing, too, in semi-pro football is that kind of that crushing emotional element,
Right.
to being able to dominate your opponent and then really put that in the back of your mind and question yourself whether or not you can beat them. But, I mean, we saw last time down in Minneapolis there were opportunities for the Invaders to make plays against this Warriors team. Tudman back to pass. He's going to pass it out. Quick crossing pattern to Constant Jackson.
That was a good-looking play.
Yep. Touchdown all the way out to the 41-yard line. And that's enough for an Invaders first down.
And that was quick.
Yes.
I think that's really the name of the game.
And it is, because obviously in any level of football, the long developing pass plays down the field, while it's great when you connect on those take time, and those take time in the pocket, which Will has not had today. So it's got to be quick and get out of his hands.
You got to have an offensive line that has consistency.
Mm-hmm.
This whole game is about consistency.
So 1st and 10 for the Invaders. Tudman directing everyone. Has a bit of time. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to run this one, get out to the 45-yard line, out to the – yeah, they will mark him at the 45. I thought they might be generous and give him all the way out to the 46, but that's a gain of 4. So it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Invaders. There are positives. I do like what I've seen out of Will Tudman at quarterback.
I really am enjoying – I mean, the scoreboard is not showing anything, but –
veteran leadership at the quarterback position. Able to make quick decisions as to what he wants to do. Just unable to really get things going offensively. Handoff this time up the middle to Tim Devaney. Almost got going there, but tackled by number 90, Marshawn Bunch. Gain of just 1 on that play, so we'll bring up 3rd.
No gain. Brings up
3rd and about 6 now.
Devaney the ball carrier on that last play.
So 3rd down for the Invaders. Obviously, they're going to be in 4-down territory. They're going to continue to go for it every time they have the ball to try and get something going. Clock running at 2.5 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Obviously, the folks that are local there, I believe, is there a Dakota FC soccer game coming up on this field after us. Ball comes out, picked up by the running back, Devaney, who goes down the sideline.
He pick up the first down.
And he should be marked out of bounds enough for a first down. So heads-up play by Tim Devaney as Will Tudman tried to roll to his right, had the ball knocked out of his hand, and Tim Devaney was right there, knew exactly what to do, pick it up and take off running. So that'll be a first down for the Invaders at the 45-yard line of the Minneapolis Warriors. As I would predict right now, the Warriors are going to have some of their other players get a little bit of playing time. But some of their starters might come back in. They're going to want this shutout, I'm sure. Most teams do. They want to able to get that shutout all the way across to the end line. So 1st and 10. Tudman's going to hand this one off up the middle to Devaney. He gets up-ended.
Devaney the ball carrier. Gain of 4.
Gain of 4 on that play. Nice tackle, but you know what? Devaney had some, gymnastics background. He could have landed that one. Gotten an 8.6 from the Russian judge and been off and running, but
he missed it.
Yep.
We'll give him a 2.
Yeah, I think he faulted on that one.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 6 now from the 41-yard line of the Warriors. Invaders trying to get something going here. Under a minute here in the 3rd quarter. Quick pass out to John Bonney, too high over the fingertips of John Bonney. Trying to hit him quick on that little bubble route.
Results in 3rd down and 6.
45.8 seconds remaining. I don't know. We might not get running time until 4th quarter. I'm not sure what the exact rule is, but we did witness it when we played the Twin City SaberCats here, and we got up 36-0. Of course, both teams have to agree to it, but I don't know how that's going to work if this field has been reserved after us. I mean, we could probably head over to that parking lot over there. I'm sure both teams would continue to play. These guys love football. So 4 wide receivers set on 3rd down. Tudman has a little bit of time. He's going to have to step up. Rolls to his right. Throws it out. Pass complete to Sean McMonagle. McMonagle. I can't pronounce his name correctly. McMonagle?
That results in a Fargo Invaders first down.
Trying to, what number is he?
First and
He's
10
at
at the
81.
30 for the Invaders.
Trying to find Sean's number. This is at least his second year of semi-pro football. He played for, I believe, the Moorhead Veterans. Sean McMonagle. That's correct. So first down once again for the Invaders. Nice read there by Tudman. Good work by McMonagle to work his way back to his quarterback. Miscommunication there, overthrown to the receiver, caught, intercepted out of bounds at the 5 by number 13, Warren Joyner Jr.
Pass intercepted by number 13,
Simple
Joyner.
miscommunication there between receiver and quarterback. Quarterback thought he was going to the end zone. Receiver broke that one off. Warren Joyner Jr., Franco, that's another familiar name for semi-pro fans in the Northern Elite Football League. He played for Sioux City, I believe even the year we won the championship 2 years ago. So he's been playing for a while. Excellent defender.
Minneapolis 40, Fargo 0.
And that's the end of the third quarter. So I'll update the old scoreboard here. So as we head into the fourth quarter,
As soon as the quarter begins, we will be on running clock.
and I just hear from the PA announcer, we will be running clock for the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
40-0 is your score. Warriors will take the ball first and 10 at their own, I believe, 5-yard line. So fourth quarter running clock. First and 10 for the Warriors at their own, I guess, 3-yard line is where they marked it. Johnson taking the snap in his own end zone.
I think we've lost our camera operator.
No, we've got a different one now.
Oh.
Johnson scrambling. He's going to throw this one incomplete out of the pocket, so that will be
Pass
incomplete pass.
Brings up second down.
So second and 10 from their own 3-yard line. I do like the PA announcer saying we had a goal line stand. A reverse goal line stand. Technically, they're 97 yards away from the goal line.
Second and 10 at the 3 for the Minneapolis Warriors against your.
I would take a safety here.
I would take anything we can get, putting points on the board, just to get that goose egg off of the scoreboard. And it would be nice to see the defense be rewarded for all their hard work. I mean, the tough positions they've been put in. This is one of the few times in 2 games when the Invaders have been able to have 97 yards of green grass behind them as opposed to the opposite. Handoff up the middle, taken down, breaks a tackle, and gets out all the way out to the 7-8 line. So a gain of about 5 on that play. Bring up 3rd and 5 for the Warriors.
Brings up 3rd down for the Minneapolis Warriors against your Fargo Invaders defense.
So Javonte Johnson today is at 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. So by Javonte's standards here lately, this is one of his lower outputs performance-wise. That's fine by Invaders fans since he's no longer on our team. But still 40 points on the board thanks to their defense and special teams. So 3rd and 5 for the Warriors. Johnson looking out to his across the middle, in and out of the hands, had Mahmoud open for a first down, but drops it. That'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 5 for the Warriors.
At the 8.
As we have the running clock, and we're at 13 minutes, so 2 minutes already gone off here in the fourth quarter. So Ostertag will come out and try and punt this one away. We'll see if we can get a punt return on this one. Which the Invaders might want to make sure we got somebody back there, as I see Jermaine Armstrong going back, looking like he's going to be the punt returner.
I'm pretty sure Derek Alexander still owes us a touchdown.
Yeah, well, he did get a touchdown last game 2 weeks ago, but we were not at it. He had a 75-yard interception return for a touchdown.
I guess I missed that. I mean, I know I missed that.
Well, we missed it because we weren't there.
We weren't there, but
obviously for me, I was gone for my parents' 50th wedding anniversary, so happy anniversary once again to my parents. 50 years of putting up with each other. Franco can barely put up with me for 5 months during football season. And, of course, my software, that can only put up with me for 50 minutes, it looks like.
I think we're doing all right this half so far.
It seems to be stable so far. I don't know what caused the app to crash, but something happened. So, but obviously we're going to be speeding through this fourth quarter as the clock is stopped right now at 12:36. We had a water break, I believe. I don't know if we called timeout or not. But Jermaine Armstrong is back at his own 48-yard line to set to receive this kick. Snap back to Ostertag. Not a good kick. Spiraling. Got to wait where it comes down. It's going to hit at the 34 and roll. Jermaine Armstrong picks it up at the 48-yard line. Tries to make a couple moves. He'll be taken down. We got the tents in the way. I want to say at the 45, maybe the 44-yard line. So gains a couple extra yards. But the only thing you can really kind of say negatively about the Warriors today is the missed field goal. I believe they missed an extra point as well. And then there's been a couple of punts that have not turned out too well for them either. That's been about the only knock on them. I got a Warriors player slow to get up. Looks like it's Nate Cromie there, number 19, was out on punt coverage. So Invaders once again with the ball here. Fourth quarter situation, down 40-0. Running clock. Clock running right now. About the 11.5-minute mark. So they'll come back out once again with Tudman. Brandon Jones in the backfield this time. Soto and Bonnie wide left. McMonigal and Constant Jackson wide right. Tudman with the pass. Another crossing pattern there. Post pattern to Constant Jackson will be close for the first down.
And that's a Fargo Invaders first
And they do
down.
give him the generous spot for the first down. So 1st and 10 for the Invaders at the 34-yard line.
34.
Invaders still trying to at least end on a high note here.
Yeah, you really do see some good things out of this offense.
It's about obviously protecting the quarterback, giving him enough time.
And getting familiar with the playbook. I mean, he came in the mid-season.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 once again for the Invaders. 4 wide receiver set. Brandon Jones set to his left. Snap to Tudman. Draw play to Jones, and that's not going anywhere. That's going to go backwards.
Jones, the ball carrier. Loss of 4 on the play.
Looks like they lost, I'm going to say that was 3. Back from the 34 back to the 37. So 3-yard loss on that play. Just another example of the running game that has not been able to get going. Gosh, Franco, it's been multiple seasons that we've not really seen the running game that we would like. I mean, even the good old-fashioned under center I formation type of running attack. I mean, we don't really see that in semi-pro football anywhere.
Or anywhere at this point.
Absolutely.
I mean,
especially in semi-pro football. It's all 4 wide receiver, 5 wide receiver set, and throw it around the place.
And, I can finish my thought after this play.
So 2nd and 13 for the Invaders. Tudman takes the snap. Quick pass out to McMonigal. Goes off his fingertips. Incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and long.
Back in 2016 when the Invaders were so good, and I would make this prediction that I would love to see that 2016 Invaders team versus this Warriors team. I think that would be just an outstanding match, if that could even be possible. The difference between the Warriors and the Invaders is that the Invaders in 16, they had an unbelievable defense.
Right.
And they had a power running game where they had C.T. Davis and Brandon Jones.
Yep.
And, I think there's some other pieces there, and
Absolutely.
they used their pass
To set up the run.
To set up the run, but really what it was they weren't allowing anybody to score any touchdowns.
Oh, absolutely. Tudman under pressure is going to scramble. He's going to gain a few yards, and he's going to get taken down, so he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 10 now for the Invaders.
And I wouldn't say that necessarily that the reason why there's a big goose egg on the Invaders side this game is because of the Warriors defense. I think it's because the Invaders offense just sputters out.
Oh, it has been, and it's been a struggle since game 1, week 1 of the season, which would have been that game out in Rapid City, South Dakota against the Rapid City War Eagles. There's been an inconsistency. There's been an unfamiliarity with the quarterbacks and receivers and just in general. So, I mean, it's a learning process. Obviously, this year we started full-time. Finally, we got this year going with the new coaching staff. And there's, obviously there's some growing pains. I mean, a lot of these guys haven't played football, at least for the Invaders, for a couple years, basically a couple seasons. Pass complete to Rod Stewart. Move gets down inside the 20. Tackled down to the 15-yard line. That's enough for an Invaders first down. So with 7.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, Invaders trying to get into the end zone and end on a high note. Nice pitch and catch there to Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart's another new wide receiver this year. I mean, think about the new wide receivers this team has.
It's just such a young team.
Absolutely.
And, again, that's the difference between 2016 and now. It's man, the veterans that you had on that team and the talent.
Tudman pump fake's going to roll to his left. Now he's going to pass out to John Bonnie on the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Fargo. You betcha. There you go.
I'm not sure I would want to take John Bonnie on in the open field
Absolutely.
either. 13 just kind of moved aside, let him in.
So the Invaders finally get into the end zone here in the fourth quarter, getting 6 on the board, making your score 40-6 in favor of the Minneapolis Warriors. It's going to be too little, too late. But with 7:03 remaining in the fourth quarter, Fargo Invaders are on the board. And it looks like we'll have Lazante here come out and attempt the 32-yard extra point. I sort of think there could have been a compromise between college rules and NFL rules for the NEFL when it comes to extra points. Because, making 32-yard extra points it's a big adventure in semi-pro football. Snap set, and the kick by Tahir is up. And it's good.
And the kick is good.
So your score is now Fargo Invaders trailing the Minneapolis Warriors 40-7. And they'll be set to kick this one away here.
I think I would actually like to see not a hybrid of rules.
Do have some good kickers in this league, but seems like that extra 5 yards really makes that extra point an adventure in semi-pro football.
And that's the difference between
NFL
and high school and college. You have that higher talent in the kicking position.
Really? I did not know that.
You do.
That's news to me, bro.
Did.
So 40-7 is your score. 6:47 remaining in the fourth quarter. I mean, we're at 13-point difference. I don't know if that will stop the running clock once the Warriors get the ball. Seems like I see Jameis Neal III down there kind of nursing the same injury I had from practice. Oops, sorry, Mike.
Here in Fargo, Invaders on to kick off to the Warriors.
So Invaders getting set to kick this one away. See, the Invaders are ending on a high note. The broadcast is ending on a high note because it's not dropping so far. So that's all that matters, right?
We figured it all out. We had a couple week break,
Yeah. Tahir set to kick this one off. Gets it high, end over end kick taken by the return man at the 11. He's going to drop it. Invaders got to make sure they stay in their lanes and do their job and not give up a big return. And as I say that,
here he goes.
He's down the sideline with Tahir, who actually helps get the tackle along with, I don't remember, I can't tell if that's Cornell King or if that's Constant Jackson. Could be Travis Williams as well over there. So another big return in the kicking game for the Warriors. That's almost been the biggest problem today as opposed to those 3 interceptions. Is that once again you're set up in Invaders territory at the 31-yard line. So 6:07 and a running clock right now, if I could get the words out. You knew what I meant, right?
I knew exactly.
That's what I like to say here. So 1st and 10 for the Warriors. We'll see if they just keep the ball on the ground and get this clock done. I mean, granted, the clock's going to keep running, so they're going to keep throwing it. Javante Johnson's going to throw this one. It's going to bounce in front of his receiver, Lakeem Johnson. Incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. And the clock does continue to run. So once again, the Invaders will try and regroup this week, head to practice, and then get set to travel down to the Twin Cities to take on the Twin Cities SaberCats today. All the other games today started later than our game today, which we had the early start at 2 o'clock. Wolves and SaberCats were set to start at 3 o'clock today. Draw play up the middle and taken down at the 30-yard line. Gain of a couple there. That was Blanchard on the carry. Then the interesting matchup tonight down in St. Paul, the Mindeck Titans at 6 o'clock kick off against the St. Paul Pioneers. You're going to have to stay tuned to the Mindeck, obviously, Facebook page for updates. There will be I'm sure no stream of that game per the norm. As we come to the end of our adventure today, 4:25 and counting here in the fourth quarter. 40-7 your score in favor of the Minneapolis Warriors, who will remain atop the Northern Elite Football League standings again, moving to, I think, 7-0 on the season in league play. Johnson with some time. He's going to have to step up in the pocket. He's going to run this one. Try and get to the outside. It'll be pushed out of bounds by Josh Gatling, and that'll be enough for a Warriors first down at the 18-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Warriors at the 18.
So as we wrap things up here, I don't know that the Invaders will get the ball back again, so we can kind of start going over their stats. Will Tudman, 8 of 22 for 116 yards and touchdown and 2 interceptions. John Bonney gets 1 catch for 16 yards and a touchdown today. McMonagle's got 2 for 29. Constance Jackson, 4 for 35. Rodney Stewart and Nate Soto also with catches. 4 wide receivers set for Javante Johnson. Clock continuing to run. Has some time. Pressure coming off the edge from Gussian. Gets that screen pass off to Isaiah Sims, who's going to pick his way through.
That's
and he's going to fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Nicely done by
Sims,
Isaiah Sims.
What a
My
great
goodness.
run. Just right behind his offensive lineman, right into the end zone.
And we have an injured Invader down on the field. Hopefully it's just a ankle.
Or minor.
Yeah.
Dehydration.
Something. Believe it might be Nate Ellingson. Or did I say that wrong? Number 45, Nathan Ellingson. That's who it is. Not Ellington, but Ellingson.
I wish you would get it right more often.
I know. I'm wrong more often than not, so there's that. But once again, next week, I will have to double check with our team president and see if we are allowed to broadcast next week, because next week could be a real adventure, Franco, because I will not have my technical wizard with me. I will be on my own.
You'll be on your own. I'll be on my own adventure.
I know you will. And you will be missed, and I know that you will be somewhere tuning in, making sure that I am sounding and looking as good as I can from afar.
I mean, I will try. I'll make no promises.
You will make a promise to me right now. That's ridiculous.
I mean,
you could.
It's hard telling, not knowing where I'm going to be next Saturday.
Well,
yeah.
There's that. Guess if you want to put it that way.
It's definitely possible, though.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't rule it out.
So Nate Ellingson gets some help off the field. I'm hoping that's just an ankle injury there, not a knee. It's a battle of attrition, right? Or whatever they say. Did I say that right?
You did.
Okay, good.
You did.
I might not have understood what it meant, but I said it right. That's all that matters. So 46-7 is your score. Ostertag back out once again to attempt the extra point.
Ostertag to attempt the extra point.
Now, you also realize this is more in a sense, since in the NEFL, when it comes to tiebreakers, the most you can get in a point differential credit is 17. So even though the Warriors will be up now 46-7, up 39 points, it doesn't help in tiebreaker scenarios. So it stays 46-7. So the Invaders will get the ball back with 2:39 to go with a running clock scenario. As we start packing things away as we're mid-broadcast.
Well, we have
But
a little bit of time constraint here.
We got a time constraint because we do have soccer matches coming up that are booked on this field. So that's obviously part of the reason why we've had games at 2 o'clock here at Jim Gata Stadium. Next home game in 2 weeks against the St. Paul Pioneers, we'll have a 6 p.m. kickoff, unless I'm obviously misinformed, which usually happens. But we will be back here in 2 weeks from Jim Gata Stadium. And then technically, I think July 31st, when you'll hopefully be back joining me, Mr. Franco, we will be here at this stadium. But technically, I guess we're not going to be the home team. We'll be the road team, but we'll be in our home stadium. So there's that.
Is that confirmed?
Not confirmed. That's just what I was told today.
Okay.
That's the rumor.
I knew that was in the works.
Yep. But whatever it is, anytime, anywhere, any place, we'll do it, even if it's a 46-7 loss. I mean, this is probably one of the biggest defeats the Invaders have had in a while. You go back to that 2018 season. And granted, that 2018 season didn't end the way we wanted it to, but that 2018 season set us up for the 2019 season and that championship run. So everything's building blocks for the future. Ostertag kicks this one off. It's going to be taken at the 15-yard line by number 24, who's going to run all the way out to the 30 and then be taken down.
Robinson on the return.
So that's Robinson, another new face for the Fargo Invaders.
Invaders at the 28.
So we'll have the ball 1st and 10 with 2:22 and counting. So time for a few plays here for the Invaders. So before you go off on your adventures, to this point in the season, you have any thoughts about this team and where we're headed?
I just think it's a very young team. I think that getting people at practice is going to be really important to get used to the new quarterback, the quarterback getting used to the team, or the team for him. It's
a work in progress.
Yep. If we could develop a little bit more of a run game, I think that would help the offensive line. I think it would help the receivers and the quarterback. So I think defensively,
we're still there.
I think we're still
there's some missing pieces and parts at times, but I mean when they play up to their capability, they can make some things happen. Shane Sigler takes a handoff, gets to the outside, and gets out to the 30-yard line. Only a gain of 2. So 1 minute 23 seconds and counting here in the fourth quarter with our running clock.
I think recruiting.
Recruiting is always key in semi-pro football. That's one thing that you have to give the Minneapolis Warriors credit. They have been able to recruit. I mean, if you can get a guy like Isaiah Sims from the St. Paul Pioneers to go across town and join the Minneapolis Warriors, you've got a program that people want to be a part of. And obviously up here in Fargo, it's a different animal here in the Fargo-Moorhead area. We're not Minneapolis, St. Paul, and all those suburbs down there. But they're building something here in Fargo, whether it be this year or next year, that they're going to be awfully good. Tudman. Pass, slant pattern to Soto. Gosh, he catches that one. He's got a lot of room.
I really like this core coaching staff that we've put together this year.
Absolutely.
I think there's lots of promise here.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of that slump after you win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. I like to think that you're building something towards later this postseason, maybe a postseason run, and if that doesn't happen, you're building towards next season. Bit by bit, step by step, some of these new guys that have become a part of this team are going to be part of this team for a long time, hopefully.
Yep, and that's what you need. I mean, you need an offensive line that there's mainstays.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have all 5 to come back every season, but you have to have a core group that you just cannot win with the game of musical chairs.
Absolutely.
You just can't do it.
It's like a quarterback sack there of Tudman. I don't know if that's a turnover or not, but that's going to end it, folks. So your final score from Jim Gotta Stadium here in Moorhead, Minnesota at Moorhead High School is your final score is 46-7 in favor of the Minneapolis Warriors. They remain atop the Northern Elite Football League while the Invaders stay in third place and drop to 4-3 on the NEFL season. We'll be back here in Moorhead in 2 weeks, but next week we'll be down in the Twin Cities as the Invaders take on the Twin City SaberCats. And let me get you that start time before we sign off here. One more click. Next week at Twin City SaberCats at Spring Lake Park High School at 3 p.m., another afternoon game. So hopefully with any luck we'll be back there at that time and bringing you the game. So until next time, folks, from Matthew F1 Franco, myself, Jay Stin, we'll see you next time. Yep, you betcha. Bye.